In Romans 10, verse 13, it says, everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. Just as you're pulling down on this resistance band, drawing it close to you, God is drawing you close to himself. Through faith in Jesus Christ, you can grasp his promises and experience his salvation. Remember that everyone who calls on his name will be saved. May this exercise remind you of his loving grip on your life. I'm Roman Hunter. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the Lock Lat Pulldown. Is a variation of the lat pull-down exercise that was created by Dr. Andrew Lock, a well-known physiotherapist, who came up with this exercise to really help persons who have been having limitation in shoulder internal rotation. All right. So let's say that the person probably would have had a shoulder pathology, a shoulder injury, some shoulder condition of the rotator cuff or of some other sort for whatever reason, and they have had difficulty bringing the hand behind the back like this. So there is a space, right? And ideally you want that space, that gap that you can see right there, you want to close in like this. Okay? But persons have been having difficulty reaching behind the back. Some persons can't even reach behind here because of the shoulder problem. Some persons can only go this far, and some persons can only go this far. They can't even lift it off the back. All right? Now, this exercise helps in reducing that limitation. It helps with improving and increasing internal rotation, joint internal rotation of the shoulder. Now, what I'm using is a resistance band. You can use a large resistance loop. You can use a cable machine like this, or you can use a resistance tube. I have one end of the resistance band tied or anchored to a stable object, something that won't topple over with me. Make sure it is above the head. The level of the head is all the way up here, and I'm holding one end. What I'm doing is I'm holding with a neutral grip. So most persons have the tendency in rotating the hand, rotating it in like this. As you pull, they rotate the hand in. So they do like this. Okay? I don't want you to pull like this. You're going to maintain that neutral grip and just pull the elbow into the side and side flex. Side bend the trunk. So as you pull in, tucking the elbow into the side, you bring the elbow down to your hip. All right? So you pull, then bring the elbow down to the hip, to the side. So again, show you from front view. You pull, bring the elbow down to the hip. Pull, bring the elbow down to the hip area. So you can just combine both movements. As you pull, you side flex. Pull, side flex. Pull, side flex. Okay? So that is what I'll be doing with this exercise. I want to show you from front view. So as you see here, as you pull, you side flex. All right? So again, don't rotate the hand in. Don't pull out. Don't bring your hand down like this. You're not doing this. You're just pulling in like that. So you're pulling in and then bend to the side. Pull, side flex. So you can break it down into two components. The first component is pulling. So you're driving the elbow back, tucking it into your side, and then you side flex or bend to the side. Pull, bend to that side of the pull, and then relax. Pull, bend to that side of the pull, and then relax. If you want also another variation to this is you can turn quarter turn. So keep your hand in this direction and then side flex. Quarter turn, so you maintain a quarter turn position. And another variation, there are three variations to this exercise. So the first one is facing the ankle. So you're facing directly the ankle. And then the next position is you're going to quarter turn from the ankle and pull in same way, side flex. And the third position is you're totally facing away from the ankle. So you're at 90 degrees to the ankle and you're pulling in. So the line of pull remains the same. Just your body changes. So you pull and side flex. So the line of pull remains the same, okay? You notice my hand doesn't change, my hand doesn't move, it doesn't shift as my body turns into the different positions. My body turns, but the shoulder, the arm remains the same, the line of pull remains the same, and I'm pulling just as how I would have been pulling from before. My hand doesn't move as well, my hand doesn't change, it's still in a neutral grip. Pull and side flex into it. Pull, side flex, all right? So let me show you. So it's like this way, okay? So the first position is here, pull, side flex, turn about quarter turn, pull, side flex, and then full turn, 90 degrees to the ankle, pull, side flex, or pull, side bend, or lateral bend, whichever one you want to use, it doesn't matter. You get the point, you bend into that side of the pull. So as you pull, you bend to that side. All right, you can hold it for about 2 to 3 seconds. As you pull, you hold it for about 2 to 3 seconds and then release. And you can do a few of these. And then once you're finished, you can retest to see if there has been any difference with your hand. All right, so you can test yourself first, check yourself out first. You test yourself first. You notice that there's limitation, you have difficulty reaching behind your back, you can't raise your hand any further, there's a big gap, there's a big space in there. Perform this exercise, you can perform all 3 variations. You can perform all 3 variations, quarter turn, do the same thing again. Hold it for about 2 to 3 seconds. Remember that the hand doesn't change, the hand remains the same. Pull to the side. So now I'm 90 degrees to the ankle. So you can do all 3 variations, or you can just pick whichever one. You can pick one out of the 3. I would suggest you can start with the first one and do a couple sets, a couple reps of those, and then retest yourself to see if there has been any difference. And if there is a difference, then continue doing that one. If there has not been any much of a difference, you can do the second variation, and then you can move on to the third variation, or you can do all 3 variations. And if there has been any changes in terms of the range of motion, you have improved or you have gained more flexibility in the shoulder in internal rotation, then you can continue doing that exercise, because it just goes to show that you're on the right track with this exercise and with helping to improve your shoulder function. Right now, if it is that you do, I would strongly suggest that you go ahead and seek medical advice and counsel first from a physiotherapist or a medical doctor before performing this exercise, especially in light of shoulder pathology or our most recent or an acute shoulder injury, right? Get advice from a physiotherapist first before performing this exercise. Otherwise, from that is a wonderful warm-up exercise to use, especially if you're doing other exercises in your program that involves rotating your shoulder, okay? So again, as you pull, you just bend to that side of the pull, keeping your hand in a neutral position, not down, not up, and you're not rotating, just keeping it in that neutral position as you pull, okay? The hand remains in that neutral position, and make sure to keep the elbow in your side, brace your core, pull, and side bend. And if you want to play around with it, you can do the second variation, quarter turn. And you can do 90 degrees. So this is the lock, lat, pull, or the lock, lat, pull down exercise, the band, lock, lat, pull. And remember to subscribe. Remember to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm Roman Hunter. Have a wonderful day. Blessings.